Oh my goodness, this is important, especially for you. It might absolutely shock you, but did you know that eating the wrong kinds of nuts too often could skyrocket your risk of heart disease by a whopping 48%? Yes, you heard that right, nearly half. And this isn't just a casual guess. This comes straight from research published in the prestigious Journal of the American College of Cardiology, gathered over several years of diligent study. The truly chilling part? Some of those seemingly innocent, crunchy nuts you've probably had sitting in your kitchen cabinet for ages could be secretly pushing up your blood pressure, fueling silent inflammation throughout your body, stiffening your arteries, and even, believe it or not, worsening memory and cognitive decline. And so many of us, especially older adults, pop them into our mouths daily, thinking we're doing ourselves a favor, thinking they're the picture of health. But one particular nut, whose shocking identity we'll reveal later in this very video, has been specifically linked to alarmingly high levels of a truly poisonous substance. If you consume this regularly, it can insidiously damage your liver, harm your kidneys, and perhaps most disturbingly, fog your mind. What's truly unsettling is that this specific nut is likely already lurking in your snack jar, the very same one often lauded by those following low-carb diets, yet it might be silently inflicting permanent harm on your aging body right now. But please don't you fret. We have meticulously compiled everything you need to know in this absolutely vital video. This isn't just a brief overview. This is the most comprehensive guide you will find on nut consumption tailored specifically for seniors like you. We will clearly lay out exactly which nuts are the absolute safest, which ones are true champions for your heart health, and which can remarkably boost your brain function. Crucially, we'll also expose those dangerous nuts you absolutely must avoid at all costs. You'll want to stick with us until the very end because there's a truly dark truth about the number one dangerous nut that hardly anyone discusses, and it could be causing significant harm to your well-being right under your nose. Before we dive into these critical details, do us a huge favor. Go ahead and hit that like button on this video right now. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any more life-saving content like this. And tell us in the comments where you are watching from. We love to hear from our community. So without another moment's delay, let's unveil the 4 types of nuts that seniors, in particular, should be actively incorporating into their daily lives, starting with an amazing option that strengthens your very bones. Let's begin with a bone-strengthening powerhouse that's an undeniable ally for the aging body, the mighty almond. These small wonders are packed with calcium and vitamin E, a dynamic duo that works together to keep your bones robust and resilient. This is especially vital as we age, given that our bones naturally become more porous and brittle, making fractures far more perilous. Bone loss accelerates significantly after age 65, but remarkably, consuming just a quarter cup of almonds daily, which provides roughly 97 milliliters of calcium, can help slow this natural process down. What truly sets almonds apart is not just their rich calcium content, but also their often overlooked magnesium. Many elderly individuals suffer from a magnesium deficiency, and here's where almonds shine. Magnesium acts as a vital transporter, ensuring that calcium goes exactly where it's needed, to your bones, preventing it from depositing in and potentially damaging your arteries. Beyond bones, the beneficial monounsaturated fats found in almonds are also excellent for your heart, actively lowering levels of bad LDL cholesterol, which becomes increasingly important as the risk of cardiovascular disease climbs with age. For optimal benefits, I highly recommend a daily serving of about 15 to 20 almonds, ideally raw or dry roasted without added salt. Another significant benefit for seniors, an issue that impacts roughly 40% of the elderly population, is that almonds, with approximately 3.5 grams of fiber per serving, are a formidable weapon against constipation, helping to maintain regularity. And perhaps most impressively, research from Tufts University has shown that almonds can help ward off oxidative damage, a common concern for those worried about their brain cells deteriorating with age. When you're selecting almonds, always try to choose those with their skins on. The skins contain special compounds called flavonoids that, when combined with vitamin E in the nut, double their antioxidant power. However, a crucial warning for elderly individuals with swallowing difficulties: almonds can pose a choking hazard. Always make sure to chew them very, very thoroughly before swallowing. Moving on, we consider a nut renowned for significantly improving cognitive function, the humble walnut. These extraordinary nuts bear a striking resemblance to the human brain, which is fitting because they are unparalleled in nourishing this vital organ. Walnuts are unique as the richest source of alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid, among all popular nuts. This is profoundly important for the aging brain, as omega-3s are essential for healthy neurotransmission and maintaining the integrity of brain cell membranes. A recent study in the Journal of Nutrition even revealed that seniors who consumed just 1.5 ounces of walnuts daily for 8 weeks demonstrated impressive gains in both cognitive processing speed and mental flexibility. The distinctive polyphenolic compounds in walnuts can also penetrate the blood-brain barrier, directly combating inflammation in neural tissues, potentially hindering the progression of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia. What many don't realize is that walnuts also contain melatonin, a hormone crucial for sleep. Melatonin levels naturally decrease with age, leading to widespread sleep issues among seniors, and some find that eating a handful of walnuts before bed helps them achieve a more restful night's sleep. Walnuts' remarkable blend of arginine, an amino acid that supports blood vessel function, and their powerful polyphenols, which reduce oxidative stress, make them incredibly beneficial for cardiovascular health too. In fact, walnuts can even enhance the effectiveness of blood pressure medications by helping the arteries of elderly individuals remain flexible. To preserve their delicate oils and prevent rancidity, always store walnuts in the refrigerator. Aim for about 7 to 9 walnut halves daily for optimal benefits. As an enjoyable added bonus, you can even help keep your fine motor skills sharp by cracking them open yourself whenever the opportunity arises. Don't be put off by walnuts' naturally protective, slightly bitter flavor. That slight bitterness is, in fact, a clear indication of their potent antioxidant content at work. Next up, a truly fantastic nut for blood pressure control that is surprisingly underrated for seniors: pistachios. These unique nuts stand out due to their remarkably low sodium content combined with a high potassium content, approximately 285 microgram per serving, making them an incredibly heart-healthy snack. This ideal mineral balance is particularly significant for older adults, as it actively helps to prevent the kidneys from retaining excessive salt as we age. Incredibly, this can lower your systolic blood pressure by 3 to 5 points, an effect comparable to some prescription medications, but without the negative side effects. Furthermore, the lutein and zeaxanthin in pistachios are carotenoids that powerfully protect against age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in individuals over 60, by concentrating in the macula of the eye. For seniors, the delightful, softer crunch of pistachios also offers a benefit. They are less likely to cause potential damage to sensitive teeth and gums compared to other harder nuts. Beyond their visual appeal, the distinctive green and purple hues of pistachios are signs of their rich antioxidant content, which helps neutralize free radicals, agents that accelerate the aging process throughout the body. Pistachios are also great for mindful eating among seniors. The act of shelling them naturally slows down consumption, preventing overeating and providing a calming, almost meditative experience that can subtly stimulate cognitive function. The International Journal of Obesity even reported that the visual cue of the empty shells helps seniors better control their intake. If you experience hand arthritis, don't worry. You can still enjoy the benefits of shelling by looking for pistachios that are already half opened. Aim for around 49 pistachios per day, which is roughly 1 ounce of unsalted or lightly salted pistachios. For the 25% of Americans over 65 who live with diabetes or prediabetes, the approximately 3 grams of fiber per ounce in pistachios is especially helpful in stabilizing blood sugar levels, offering a tasty and beneficial option. Finally, earning our top spot as a true remedy for thyroid issues, we have the magnificent Brazil nut. We've placed Brazil nuts at the pinnacle of our list because of their unparalleled ability to support thyroid function, a crucial yet often neglected aspect of healthy aging. These extraordinary nuts are by far the richest food source of selenium known to humankind, with a single nut containing an astonishing 96 micrograms, which is 137% of your daily required intake. This is critically important because thyroid disorders affect up to 20% of individuals over 65, and many cases remain undiagnosed as symptoms are often mistakenly attributed to natural aging. Selenium, which is incredibly abundant in Brazil nuts, is absolutely essential for activating thyroid hormones, which in turn orchestrate your energy production, metabolic rate, and even your mood control. Beyond thyroid support, the unique fatty acids found in Brazil nuts play a significant role in preserving myelin, the protective sheath around nerve cells that frequently degrades with age. Maintaining this myelin can help seniors retain their sharp reflexes, quick reaction times, and efficient cognitive processing speeds. An interesting advantage of the selenium in Brazil nuts is its organic bonding, which makes it far more bioavailable and easier for your body to absorb and utilize compared to synthetic selenium tablets. Brazil nuts are so potent that you need only a few to experience their powerful effects, and their distinctively rich, creamy texture makes even a small amount deeply satisfying. In fact, due to the potential negative effects of an overabundance of selenium, I specifically advise seniors to consume no more than 1 or 2 Brazil nuts per day. When purchasing Brazil nuts, seek out those that are still in their shells. This natural packaging better preserves their vital nutrients for an extended period. Because of their high fat content, it's best to store them in the refrigerator to prevent them from going rancid. Brazil nuts also offer an added advantage for seniors experiencing constipation, thanks to their combination of fiber and natural oils which help maintain intestinal regularity. For many older adults who often seek solace in less nutritious snacks, Brazil nuts, with their naturally sweet and buttery flavor, offer a truly wholesome and delightful alternative. Most astounding of all, emerging evidence suggests that certain antioxidants in Brazil nuts might even help slow the natural shortening of telomeres, the protective caps on chromosomes that typically shrink with age and directly influence cellular aging. For anyone 65 or older, these nuts truly are a perfect fit. Now let's shift our focus to nuts, which some seniors may find wise to avoid, or at least consume with extreme caution, starting with a surprisingly common inflammatory trigger. Fourth on our caution list is the everyday peanut. Despite their ubiquity, peanuts present a number of potential hazards, particularly worrisome for older adults. Firstly, it's essential to understand that peanuts aren't actually nuts at all. They're legumes that grow underground. This botanical characteristic makes them unfortunately susceptible to mold growth and the production of aflatoxins. Aflatoxins are dangerous mycotoxins naturally produced by certain molds, and if consumed frequently, they can significantly harm the liver and raise cancer risk. As we age, our body's natural detoxification processes inevitably become less efficient, amplifying this risk. Even more concerning for the elderly, peanuts contain proteins that can provoke inflammatory reactions in many individuals, even in the absence of a full-blown allergy. For aging individuals already grappling with a higher risk of joint pain, cardiovascular stress, and cognitive decline, this persistent low-grade inflammation can exacerbate all 3 conditions. Furthermore, most Americans already consume an excessive amount of pro-inflammatory omega-6 fatty acids compared to beneficial anti-inflammatory omega-3s, and peanuts' high omega-6 concentration only compounds this problematic imbalance. Alarmingly, many doctors fail to warn their elderly patients about the potentially dangerous interaction between peanuts and blood thinners like warfarin, primarily due to the vitamin K naturally present in peanuts. When commercially processed, many peanut butters exacerbate these issues by adding hydrogenated oils, excessive sodium, and sugars, all of which are detrimental to the aging cardiovascular system. For the 63% of American seniors who suffer from hypertension, these added components, and even natural peanut butter without added salt, can undesirably elevate blood pressure. Another critical issue is that peanuts can quickly go rancid if not stored properly, leading to the formation of dangerous free radicals. Additionally, the common commercial practice of dry roasting peanuts can produce acrylamide, a chemical with concerning potential for cognitive degrading effects, which is especially worrisome for those already concerned about memory loss. Even if you've been eating peanuts regularly without any noticeable ill effects, simply substituting them with one of our recommended nuts for just 3 days a week can significantly help you acquire necessary nutrients while drastically lowering your exposure to these harmful substances. Next up, another surprising sugar culprit that often goes unnoticed: cashews. These popular nuts pose a unique risk to elders due to their considerably high carbohydrate content and significant glycemic impact. Unlike true tree nuts, cashews have fewer protective fiber chemicals and a much higher carb count, approximately 9 grams per ounce. For the estimated 25% of individuals over 65 living with diabetes and the additional 48% with prediabetes, this leads to a considerable blood sugar response, which can be detrimental. This is particularly concerning because cashews generally carry a positive health halo, leading many elderly individuals to consume them in excess without considering their profound impact on blood sugar levels. Beyond their glycemic load, the smooth, curved shape of cashews presents a serious choking hazard, particularly for those with swallowing difficulties, making them one of the most aspirated nuts among seniors. Nutritionally, cashews are not ideal due to their high content of oxalates, chemicals that can bind to calcium in the gut, thereby reducing calcium absorption. This is a significant issue for elderly people who are already at heightened risk of osteoporosis. For individuals predisposed to kidney stones, the danger is amplified dramatically after the age of 60 due to these very same oxalates. There's a further unseen problem stemming from cashew processing. Cashews lose much of their inherent nutritional value during the lengthy, rigorous processing required to remove urushiol, a poisonous chemical also found in poison ivy. Moreover, many store-bought varieties are oil-roasted and excessively salted, introducing harmful fats and sodium that can further worsen blood pressure and put strain on the heart. Adding to their drawbacks, cashews contain enzyme inhibitors that can impede protein digestion, a particularly problematic issue for seniors who frequently experience challenges with food digestion and protein absorption as they age. Many are unaware of this. Finally, the creamy texture of cashews can inadvertently lead to overconsumption, potentially contributing to weight gain during a life stage when maintaining a healthy weight becomes increasingly challenging. To secure better nutritional benefits and fewer risks for aging bodies, it's wise to substitute cashews with healthier options like walnuts or almonds on a regular basis. Coming in at number 2 on our cautionary list, despite their delicious taste, macadamia nuts pose a significant health risk to the elderly due to their extraordinarily high calorie density. They are, in fact, the most calorically dense nut available, packing approximately 200 calories into just 1 ounce. This reality adds considerable stress to the already difficult task of weight management for seniors, given that metabolic rates inevitably decline with age. Their remarkably high fat content, about 22 grams per ounce, further exacerbates the gallbladder's already diminished efficiency. Macadamia nuts can trigger painful episodes in the 15% of seniors who unknowingly have asymptomatic gallstones. In addition to their caloric burden, macadamia nuts are among the nuts with the highest saturated fat content, around 3 grams per ounce, which can unfortunately raise LDL cholesterol levels, a common concern for many elderly individuals. Due to their extreme density and hardness, they also present a serious threat to the oral health of seniors, particularly those with crowns, bridges, or fragile teeth. This is especially problematic for individuals over the age of 65, when dental enamel naturally weakens due to wear and diminished calcium absorption. Practically speaking, macadamia nuts are among the most expensive nuts, which can subtly encourage seniors on a budget to opt for cheaper, lower quality varieties that are more prone to being rancid or improperly stored, thereby exposing them to more dangerous oxidized lipids. The nutritional composition of commercially available macadamias is often already compromised, with added sodium and damaged lipids from oil roasting and excessive salting. They possess a rich, buttery flavor that can unfortunately lead to overeating, especially for older individuals who might have less refined tastes and gravitate towards bolder, more indulgent flavors. It's concerning that many elderly individuals consume macadamia nuts, believing they are benefiting their hearts. But research on nuts and heart health has largely either ignored or downplayed the role of such high-fat nuts like macadamia. If you've been regularly enjoying macadamia nuts, consider switching to pistachios, which offer a substantially superior nutritional profile far more suited to the needs of aging bodies. Finally, the absolute number one problematic nut for the elderly, the humble pine nut, a known medication disruptor. Pine nuts are arguably the most troublesome nuts for older adults for a variety of reasons that are particularly acute for this demographic. The most alarming aspect is their chemical compounds that interact with more than 60% of prescriptions given to seniors. This can significantly diminish the effectiveness of vital medications, or even worse, introduce harmful side effects. This is particularly true for commonly prescribed drugs among individuals over 65, including statins, certain antidepressants, and blood pressure medications. What's even more concerning is that most doctors and pharmacists unfortunately neglect to inform their patients about the potential risks of food and drug interactions. Perhaps the most peculiar and frustrating issue associated with pine nuts is pine nut syndrome, a condition where they impart a lasting bitter metallic taste in the mouth that can persist for weeks after consumption. While this may seem like a minor annoyance for older adults, it can have a truly devastating impact due to the strong correlation between altered taste sensations, decreased appetite, and resulting nutritional deficiencies. Research has shown that a significant reduction in body weight occurs in as many as 42% of those affected by this syndrome. This syndrome also appears to be more prevalent in the elderly, possibly due to age-related changes in taste receptors and detoxification pathways. Pine nuts are also high in polyunsaturated fats, which can rapidly oxidize and generate inflammatory chemicals. This is a significant concern for older individuals who may already be grappling with inflammatory conditions like arthritis. Furthermore, due to their small size and slick texture, pine nuts present an aspiration risk, particularly worrying for seniors who experience swallowing difficulties or those who take medications that cause dry mouth, a problem for over 70% of seniors on multiple prescriptions. While the body's ability to absorb proteins naturally declines with age, pine nuts contain enzyme inhibitors that can further impede protein digestion during this critical time. And with their high oil content, even when combined in culinary applications like pesto, which is their most common use, pine nuts are a calorie-dense item that can contribute to weight management issues often prevalent after age 65. Most concerningly, new research is starting to point to specific chemicals found in certain pine nut varieties as potential accelerators of age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in the elderly. In summation, for optimal health after the age of 65, you should thoughtfully consider steering clear of these four aforementioned nuts and instead embrace the powerful benefits of almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts. Your dietary choices regarding which nuts you embrace and which you avoid can profoundly affect your health, your vitality, and your brain function as you navigate your precious twilight years. Always remember, the continuous application of even minor adjustments consistently produces enormous life-changing outcomes in the long run. Now it's your turn to contribute. Have you noticed any profound effects on your health by adding or removing particular nuts from your diet? Which nut has made the most impact on your life, positive or negative? Please share your invaluable thoughts and stories in the comment section below. We truly value your input, and your experience can help countless others.